MD Anderson Cancer Center has one of the largest clinical trials programs in the United States, testing potential new treatments that cannot be found anywhere else. As a patient, you may have the option to take part in clinical trials. Talk to your doctor about clinical trials from the start of your care. Ask if you'll be able to continue any current treatments while participating in a clinical trial. Clinical trials test treatments or procedures that are not yet approved by the Food and Drug Administration, FDA. Learning the details of a trial can help you decide whether to join. Each trial involves an informed consent process. The research team will explain why and how they're running the trial, as well as possible risks and benefits. The informed consent document will also provide further details, including who to contact if you have questions or concerns before or during your participation. If you agree to take part in the trial, you will sign the form. You always have the right to leave a clinical trial. Even after you sign the consent form, you can stop participating at any time. Talk to your doctor if you want to leave a clinical trial. There may be steps you need to take to leave safely. In rare cases, researchers may use a placebo in a clinical trial. An example of a placebo is an inactive pill, something that looks like the treatment being studied but has no physical effects. It's important to know that in cancer treatment trials, a placebo is only used along with standard treatment. Cancer clinical trials are designed to be as safe as possible for patients. However, all cancer treatments and procedures have potential risk of harm. MD Anderson's goal is to reduce your risk as much as possible. Our researchers carefully follow all rules and procedures to protect patients. Federal law requires an Institutional Review Board, IRB, made up of scientists, doctors, and community members to oversee all clinical trials from start to finish. The IRB reviews clinical trials to make sure the risks are reasonable for the possible benefits of the trial. The IRB also ensures patients get the information they need to make an informed decision. Researchers must follow a study plan called a protocol that clearly lays out every step in the trial process. The protocol describes the purpose of a clinical trial and how researchers will carry out the trial. A clinical trial can start only after an IRB approves the protocol. If you are in a clinical trial and have any questions or concerns, you can contact the trial's IRB. You can find the phone number for the IRB in your informed consent document. Researchers must carefully follow guidelines for who can join a clinical trial. These guidelines, called eligibility criteria, list traits that must be shared by all participants in a trial, such as age, gender, medical history, current health status, and type and stage of cancer. Eligibility criteria are different for each trial. Researchers limit who can join a clinical trial so they can see if the results are because of the treatment being tested or something else. Eligibility criteria are also important for patient safety. Not every clinical trial is right for every patient. Patients in clinical trials get access to new experimental treatments while playing an important role in our mission to end cancer.